In this video, we're going to be previewing a matchup here in the West region between the number 1 seed, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the number 16 seed, the Wagner Seahawks, fresh off of a first 4 win. For North Carolina, they come into the NCAA tournament as a number 1 seed after not making it to the big dance last year. 27-7 their record this year. They won the regular season championship in the ACC, but they lost in the conference title game to NC State in the tournament. This team is built on defense this year under head coach Hubert Davis, 6th in the nation in defensive efficiency. They're top 25 in the country in effective field goal percentage defense, defensive rebounding, and 2-point percentage defense. So again, solid defensive group for North Carolina. This is a physical team, which is unlike them in years past. The addition of Harrison Ingram in the transfer portal was massive for North Carolina. On the offensive end, they still play fast. That is similar to years past. They're 37th in the nation in offensive pace, 24th in the nation in offensive efficiency. They're led by RJ Davis, the ACC Player of the Year and All-American, and Armando Bacot, the first team All-ACC big man as well. My key player for North Carolina is the duo of Cormac Ryan and Harrison Ingram. Both are good defenders, but the key for them is one of them needs to be hitting their shots from the outside for Carolina to be effective on the offensive end. Cormac Ryan takes a ton of threes. He hits 34% of them, which is a little below average, and Harrison Ingram shoots 37% from 3. If North Carolina has one of these guys going from the outside, then they're going to play well on the offensive end. If they have both of them, then watch out. My concern for this Heels team is kind of what I talked about. It's all about the 3-point line. They need one of those two going because RJ Davis otherwise is really the only true 3-point shooter on this team. Also on the defensive end, when North Carolina struggles defensively, it's when they're giving up a lot of threes to their opponent. For the Wagner Seahawks, they're fresh off of a first 4 win in which they beat Howard in a close one, 71-68 on Tuesday. They had a big lead, but they made it interesting by turning over the ball a bunch, and it came down to the last possession of the game. If you want a full breakdown of the Wagner Seahawks, go check it out in my first 4 video that I did between the matchup of them and Howard. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, talking about last night for Wagner. Wagner did a couple of things last night that certainly surprised me. They pushed the pace, which they're a pretty slow tempo team, but clearly they took advantage of a bad Howard defense. They had 14 fast break points last night, but they played much faster than they normally do. Also, they shot the 3 ball really well. Wagner, not a good 3-point shooting team over this season. They were 8 of 17 last night. That was crucial in helping them get the win. My key player for Wagner is Melvin Council Jr. He played awesome last night, 21 points and 7 assists. He was so great attacking off the dribble. Part of that was Howard's defense is just really bad, but a great game for Melvin Council Jr. Now, as far as this matchup goes here in a 1 versus 16 game, Wagner's not going to try and play that pace that they played last night. They're not going to try and push the basketball. They're going to try and slow it down like they've done all season, because if they do push the pace, North Carolina is going to kill them, which they might do anyways. For Wagner to stay in this one, they need Council to have a monster game again. Like, I'm talking 30 points or more, or they're going to need to really shoot the 3 ball. I'm talking like 15 plus threes for Wagner to stay in this game. I do think North Carolina has a couple of holes in there, a couple of chinks in the armor, if you will, down the road. Not in this matchup. They are just too athletic, too fast, too good defensively to lose to a Wagner team. If I had to put this on the upset potential meter, this one's a no chance for me. I think the Heels will roll by 20 plus in this one. And with that, give me North Carolina to advance past the Wagner Seahawks. Congrats to the Seahawks getting their first NCAA tournament win, but it stops here. Give me North Carolina to the second round. Do you want to win your March Madness bracket pool? Do you want to not only beat your friends and family, but absolutely humiliate them? If you like the sound of that, subscribe down below to College Hoops Tonight, because we're previewing all 36 first-round games of the NCAA tournament to give you the edge you need to nail your bracket and absolutely crush your friends and family in your bracket pool.